in the Forest just came out with a new update, the fishing update, and I decided to build a fish store. I'm gonna be selling all types of fish in my fish store to see if anybody wants to come and buy and also enjoys fishing themselves. If you guys like this video, don't forget to like and subscribe, and I really hope to see you in there. All right, we are now back with 99 Nights in the Forest. The new update, the fishing update. So I'm actually going to be trying this out today because I have big plans for the amount of fish that we got. I was actually informed that we're getting about 9 new fish in regards to the fishing update. So what I'm going to be doing today is building a fish store. It's going to be a store filled with a bunch of fish, and then if people want to come in and buy exotic fishes, they can. Recently, I actually made a restaurant, and I had an exotic fish pond, but unfortunately, we did not have fish in the game yet, so the fish pond was filled with wolf pelts. But this time, it's gonna be filled with fish. We're gonna have to expand our area enough to have this little pond in it. And I also have to figure out how to get a fishing rod, I believe. Oh, wait, what is that? Oh, I see a fishing house over there. Okay, I'm gonna expand my map just a little bit more, and then we're gonna head on over to that fish house, and hopefully, I'm able to get my first rod. I don't know what it's going to cost me, but I really hope it's not too much. All right, it's time to expand. Oh, dude, 90, really? Really? Like, I brought home 6 wood. It's gonna be 90? That's crazy work. Okay, hold on. We're gonna get this last tree really quickly. Okay, grab the wood. Oh, I don't want the sapling. Okay, boom. The map has now been expanded. It is time to go over to this fish class, this fish area, and try to get a fishing rod. Let's see what it does. Okay, so we have this, and we have fishing rods. Can I just... Oh, you can just take them. And you can upgrade your rod here. Hold on. Let me see this. You're not holding a fishing rod. You need more XP. You know what? I'm glad that you actually have to get XP in order to get more fish. So I'm just gonna sit here and fish really quickly. I want to see if I can pull the best fish just by standing here. Probably not, but maybe? Did I do it wrong? Did I fish wrong? Okay, wait. Boom, 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 boom. Boom, give me that fish, give me that fish, give me that fish. All right, we already have a mackerel. And let me see if you can cook it, actually, because I've never had a fish before. Oh my gosh, you can cook it. Okay, how much hunger does it do? Okay, I think it does more than meat, so I'll take that. So it looks like I'm gonna need a ton of XP, but you guys know me, bro. I am a grinder. All right, I have no problem getting XP. Boom. Oh, I missed the lake. Try again. Yeah. Hello? Go in the lake. Boom, boom, boom. Another fish. Dude, we are so locked right now. It is nighttime. It's night 1, so I will not be getting attacked tonight, which is good. Oh, there we go. Dude, our fish store is gonna be the most successful fish. Ah! Sir, please. Stop that. I'm just a little fisherman using my... Oh, he touched me. Okay. I'm gonna bring my fish back here, and some of them I'm going to cook, some of them I'm not going to cook, because in our fish store, we need cooked fish and raw fish, because apparently, some people I know like raw fish. I don't know why. Why would you eat fish raw? Come on, give me a big fish. If I just stand in the water, can I just maybe get something good? Look at that. Oh, my fish is in the water still. How is it still alive? Boom, boom. Oh, I missed that. Oh, yeah. All right, so I've now collected a total of 7 fish. I'm just gonna bring these all back to my campsite. And what I'm gonna do is I'm not gonna bore you guys with me sitting there and fishing for hours. We're still gonna progress in this game. We're gonna get all 4 kids. We're gonna build the best fish store of all time. And we're going to max out our fishing rod. Yep, I said it. We're maxing it out today. You guys are gonna see what it's like to have a level 500 fishing rod, if that's even possible in this game. But for now, I think what I'm going to do is actually collect some materials for my campsite so I can keep expanding the area around me. And also what I'm going to do is I think I'm just going to grab the first kid. I know I don't have any weapons besides my... Actually, I'm ready. I'm ready to grab the first kid. I'm just going to grab the first kid right now because I'm that guy. Boom, done. Boom, done. All right, we're going to have the first kid right off the bat. This is too easy. It's too easy. Wait, why is my sack still so full? Did I leave stuff in there? Oh my gosh, give me that good sack, dude. Give me. Hello, sir. All right, we already got the first kid because we are literally that goated at this game. And we have the assassin class. The assassin class is actually quite OP, so I definitely recommend if you have it as an option, I personally would use it. I like using it. It makes things a lot easier for me. I'm gonna bring this back with me. And I'm so glad the fishing area is literally right next to my campsite. I do not have to go far to fish. All right, I'm gonna put this in here. I'm gonna drop stuff in the fire. There we go, we got the kid. And then it looks like I need a bunny foot, so let me grab one really quickly from one of the bunnies around me. If they drop it or not. Maybe this one drops it because it has fish luck. fish luck. It dropped it, dude. I'm telling you, this game, I can just read so easily. Okay, can I get good axe? And then I know it's gonna offer me something buns here, but let's see what else it offers me. Ooh, you can get the old rod through here. Okay, I don't need a spear because I have my katana. I'll do the old flashlight. Why not? You keep offering it to me. Why not? Okay, but I've been yapping for quite a while, so what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna progress. If anything crazy happens, I'm going to show you guys, but give me a moment. Let me do what I gets to do, and let's level up this fishing rod. New fish acquired. We are so up. We just got a salmon. A salmon. So the salmon one was actually really hard to get. The bar was so tiny on it. So what I'm actually going to do is put my salmon back here. This is going to be my prized possession. I'm actually going to keep the salmon over here. I'm going to put it right by the table. We're going to leave it right. I'm going to put it under the table so nobody steals my salmon. Gosh, I sound like Nico. Anyways, what I need to do is expand this fire some more. I do have a good axe now, so it looks like I can cut down trees a bit more efficiently. So I'm going to do that. And I'm going to keep leveling up this rod because as you guys can see, the XP goes slow. All right, we have now expanded our fire again. Thank goodness. I'm the absolute goat. And now that it's expanded, we should have more of the map area to use. Now, what I need to get is actually more wood because the fire is not doing it too hot, nor do I have any wood supplies. We have a ton of fish here, but can't open the store without any walls. So I'm going to go try to collect as much as I can for the base. And I will keep you guys updated if I catch a better fish because so far that salmon is like so goated. Guys, I didn't even realize you could do this, but I remember being told you could do it. I just fished up a radio and another salmon. So you know what? We're honestly so up right now. What's going on today? Oh, something evil arrives tonight. Dude, those things are so useless. Like, I don't even know why the cultists come. One, they can't beat me. I'm the goat. And two, they're wasting my time. All their bodies get all over my area and ruin everything. But anyways, that's besides the point. We did get a radio from fishing, so keep that in mind if you guys are looking for scrap metal. I know if you build the ammo crate, ammo costs a lot of scrap metal. But other than that, we got some decent fish. I had the opportunity to get an even better fish, but unfortunately with the old rod, it is extremely hard to do so. You have to click very pristinely to get that fish. But right now, I actually need to cook up a little bit of fish. I don't like eating the supply, but kind of have to right now. And it is time to head out to get a few more items for our fire so we can upgrade it again. Then, once we upgrade the fire again, we should be able to fish at nighttime, and it shouldn't be too much of an issue. Okay, guys, so the furniture trader is here. Unfortunately, I have not built a map yet. So I'm going to build the map right now, and I'm going to place that down so I'm able to see where they're actually at. Okay, it looks like they're in the far top right corner. We're going to head on over to that guy because we need to make sure we get furniture for our fish market. We're going to be selling all types of fish. I want people to come in and be like, you know what? I want a salmon, and I'll have a salmon. So let's see what this guy has in stock. I am going to buy the hedges because I do believe the hedges are smart for the outdoors. I'm going to buy the wooden nightstand, and I believe I'm going to buy 2 magnolias. I don't want to waste all my coins, but I am just going to buy all of that stuff for now. And since I'm all the way over here, might as well start collecting, sister. So let's see what they got over here for me. Ooh, I'm loving the items. I'm loving the options. And I'm loving what I can grab. I'm just going to keep exploring out here. And if I start fishing and fish up anything new, I will let you guys know. But we need to get to building this fish store. It is now time to upgrade our fire again. There we go. It is now up to level 5. Hopefully we're able to upgrade it one more time. But I did bring back a piece of cake and a little bit more fish. I'm just going to continue to fish some more. Might hit up the winter area. And besides that, so far, things are going immaculately here. But now that we've upgraded our fire, it is time to upgrade our base. So what I'm going to do is upgrade to crafting workbench number 2. Then I'm going to crafting workbench number 3. And I'm going to build some torches. Because like I said, I would really like for that pond to get inside my circle. I don't know if the circle is going to reach all the way over there. But if it does, that would be immaculate. Because I don't see any water. Yeah, there's no more water around me. It would be awesome if I could get that in my shop. But let's see. I'm just going to keep expanding this circle as much as possible. I might as well build 2 more torches. And I'm just going to place them next to these because I do plan on getting the hammer a little later. So I'm going to place these torches right next to each other. Boom. All right. So far, the circle is expanding, but we can only get about 6 more torches, and we are not there yet. It's fine. We're doing good so far. One thing that needs to be crafted for our fish store is this lightning rod. So I am going to place this down right next to our torches. We also do need to build more torches, but we only have 20 wood, so I'm going to leave it alone for now. But right now, I'm going to be fighting off some cultists, and then I'm going to keep getting more fish and getting more materials because we got to start building the walls. The furniture guy is here. I must go over to him and see if he has anything in relation to my fish store. Let's see what he has in stock before I go fishing for the day. Let's see. It says he's right over here. Of course he's by a wolf. Why would he not be by a wolf? Why would he not be right next to a wolf? All right. What can I buy from him before he gets away from me? I'm going to buy these trellises because I know these look gorgeous in stores. Wooden table, fairy lights. I'll buy 2 purple pillows because I don't need too many. And I'll buy 2 hedges that are curved. All right, perfect. Now that we got that stuff, I'm going to go around and collect some more stuff because the fire decides to burn out really quickly. And I also need a rifle. So I'm gonna lock in now. All right, guys, it is now time to upgrade our rod. I've been working on stuff at the base. I'm about to get the next crafting level workbench, which should be 3 or 4. I can't remember how high it goes. But we're going to head on over here to the fish shop, take our old rod here. I finally upgraded it to level 1. It's time to upgrade the rod. All right, it looks like we now have a good rod, and it looks like we're going to need to upgrade this next one. I'll move it all the way up here. Next one higher, but let's see how much easier it is to fish, because I have yet to fish with this rod. I want to see if it's easier or harder. Honestly, this wolf is so annoying. They're always attacking me. Okay, I'm being attacked tonight, I know, but I'm fishing. So let me continue my fishing journey. Am I going to get a difficult fish? It doesn't look like it. It honestly seems about the same, but the rod looks cooler, so I'm not too disappointed, honestly. Okay, it is now day 36, actually the nighttime of day 36, and that's how long it took me to get a strong axe. As you can see, I have 358 metal. I opened so many chests to get this axe so I could start expanding the base. But we now have enough wood to do so. So what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to make some more torches for myself. I think I'm going to make 3. And I'm just going to place them down right next to each other. I will move these later on because I do know where the anvil is. But let's grab these, place it right there. And I'm going to place this one right here. We now have our torches down, and it looks like the lake is almost fully inside of our base. So it looks like I'm going to have to make a few more torches. All right, I can no longer make any more torches, but I currently have 3 on me. So I'm going to place this one right here. Place this one right here. And I'm really hoping this gets the pond fully in. Boom. The pond is fully in. Barely. Oh my gosh, it's like the edge of it. Honestly, it's gonna work perfectly. But it is now time to make some walls. Wow, this is gonna be a lot to wall in. I'm doing it. I don't care. It's gonna be the biggest fish shop of all time. All right. So I'm gonna make some walls for ourselves, and this is just gonna be our outer area. You guys know the drill in regards to the walls. We place them down, and it's great. Wow, is there a limit? You can't, wait, hold on a minute. There might be a limit. Wait a second, let me go over here. Whoa, there is a limit. It looks like I can't place my walls any further than this, yet I have torches. All right, well, honestly, that is good to know, and it honestly is much more helpful for me because that would have been a lot of walls that I had to place. But what I'm gonna do is now try to line these walls up and space them out as far as possible. We don't have too many on us, but we have a decent amount. This fish shop is gonna be so goated and so cool. Wow, that is a horrendously placed wall. I mean, actually, what can I do though? What can I do? Like the walls, it's just lined up horrendously. So you know what? We're gonna make that work. We are going to wall in this entire outer edge if I can manage to do it. And here is our final wall. Oh my gosh, I cannot place these correctly. Why is it not letting me do this? All right, and there is our walls for the first part. Now what I'm gonna do is I'm actually gonna collect a lot of wood so I'm able to actually build some more walls. And I also need to get myself some food because I cannot be eating the stock, guys. We are so loaded on fish, cake, and basketballs. Don't ask about it. It's gonna work out. Just a side note, if you guys see a circle in the pond like this, that means you're going to catch fish more quickly. However, you can only catch 6 fish, and then it disappears. Just so you guys know. Also, still working on the base. I have about 200 wood over there, so I'm going to start putting up some walls pretty soon. Alrighty, it is now time to craft more walls. As you guys can see, I have 305 wood and 330 scrap, so I'm going to get to it. I can make a ton of walls, but I don't want to fill up my inventory too much, so I'm just going to do a few at a time. But you guys know the drill. I'm just going to be putting these walls up as close to each other as possible so we can at least get an outline for our fish shop going. I don't believe I can place this because of the lake. Yeah, the lake's a bit of an issue. However, I'm not mad about it because we have a lake inside of our fish area. I'm just gonna put the wall as close as possible to the edge of the fish lake, but not to where it's going over, and then I'll place it right there. But yeah, I'm gonna get all these walls going. I will keep you guys updated on my rod progress. Right now, I'm currently level 2 halfway. It takes a while when you're doing the fishing. Like this rod, it's good, but it's slow. Alrighty, guys, just a little bit of a base update. We pretty much have almost all of the walls done, and it is time to upgrade our rod to level 3. Look at the amount of fish that we've caught for the fish store. It's gonna be crazy. We're gonna get to building it very soon. The inside of it, of course. But we're gonna go over here and we're actually going to upgrade our rod really quickly, and hopefully it is now a really good rod. Oh, I just got a reward! Grandma's Favorite Games Baiting Award. I now have a strong rod. Is it possible to upgrade it one more time? I don't think it is. I think the strong rod is the best rod. Let's test it out. Hopefully we can get a better fish than salmon. We've only gotten salmon so far. I'm gonna see if I can get a good catch on recording. Let's see. So far, nothing too good. I might have to fish further out. I assume that helps me get better fish. Yeah, I assume I gotta fish a little bit further out, so I am going to do that on the next day because I want to make sure I have enough time on the timer. But if we go in here, as you guys can see, there is 9 fish that I can get, and I've only gotten the salmon and the mackerel, which I'm excited about, but I need to have all the fish for the fish store. Hopefully. So I'm just going to drop all this stuff at home. I'm going to continue building the walls. And after that, we're going to go fishing tomorrow. Guys, new fish acquired. We now have the swordfish that we are going to be able to sell in our shop. I tried to actually fish far away, but it didn't look like there was any lakes. So I'm just going around finding lakes that have the circles in them. And then I'm going to continue fishing to get more fish for our shop. Guys, exciting news. I am on my way right now. But what I just learned is that if you go to the ponds with the bones in them, you can literally one-tap a shark. One-tap a shark if you want to. So that's where I'm headed right now. I believe it's this way, but I'm going to be honest, it might be on the other side of the map. So I'm going to see if I can get some more exotic fish for our fish shop, and then we're going to go back and start building it, and it's going to look absolutely amazing. Okay, guys, it's time to lock in. It's time to lock in. I don't know if the deer is hungry tonight, and I honestly couldn't care less. Come on, give me a shark. Give me a shark. Okay, swordfish, not mad about it. Can't be mad about it. Come on, give me a shark. Another swordfish. Honestly, we need more swordfish in stock anyways. We only have... Well, now we have 3. Come on. I want a shark, though. Please. Please give me a shark. Come on. This is going to be a swordfish, ain't it? Ah, dude. Come on. We need a shark. Come on. Come on. Okay. Are we going to pull 6 swordfish? We are, aren't we? Unlucky. You know what? I'm honestly not too mad about it. We need it for stock anyways, so it's not a terrible pull to have. Let me remember where that is on the map. It's the bottom right corner. I'm going to head back because I don't know if the deer is hungry tonight, so I might end up dying here. I did it. I finally did it. It was one of the hardest fishing things I've ever done in my life, but I got the shark. We finally have a shark for our shop. This is going to be the sickest thing of all time. I've walked to this lake at least 3 times now, and I've finally gotten a shark. I mean, I couldn't be happier. And it was extremely hard. I had to time every single click. But it is now time to collect our shark. We can now add a shark to our fishing shop. And then, yeah, I think we're just missing a few more fish, though. So I'm going to keep trying to fish. All right, and I'm now going to be placing down the last log wall. Now, the next thing I'm going to do after I place this down is I'm going to head off to the anvil place on my map, which looks to be in the top right corner. And I'm going to get myself a hammer, because once I get that hammer, then I should be able to move these walls amongst themselves, and then we can start filling up our fishing store. The ideas that I have for this fishing store is I'm going to make an entrance on the opposite side over here. I'm going to put some fences right here to block off the lake so nobody falls into it. And then we're going to work on our store shelves. We're going to have shelves of each type of fish once we catch them all. And hopefully people start buying it. I mean, I don't know. I feel like it's going to be a pretty good store. We are so up right now. Give me the tacky. We got the tacky. We are so up right now. And we just built this. I know I need, I believe, some wood, and I need some scrap. So I will be getting that in a fair amount of time. But I gotta head back because it looks as though the deer is hungry tonight. And even with the tacky, we are not killing that guy. He gonna hurt us. New fish acquired. We just got a char from the ice area. You can only get chars and eels here, which is actually quite nice. Really hoping to get an eel here. Okay, we'll take the 2 chars. I do have to head back because I do believe the deer is hungry tonight. And dude, I cannot die with the tacky, man. That would just be disheartening. But we did just add another fish to the collection, which is very good. I'm super excited about that, but I think we still have 3 more to go. Okay, guys, exciting news. Just got back from the snow, and look at this. Oops. We just got an eel, which means I think we're missing 2 more, and that is all. But now that we are back, it is time to start building stuff in our fishing shop. So I'm gonna bring back all of that. I'm actually gonna go over here and chop down my little tree farm. I'm actually gonna collect all my wood. I know, it's a mess, guys. You know, you just can't be efficient when you're starting a business, all right? You gotta focus on the business tactics. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna bring all this wood over to my grinder. I'm gonna grind up the wood, and we're gonna start building some stuff that's going to be necessary for our fish area. So if I go to crafting items, what I'm going to make first is I'm actually going to be making a crock pot. A crock pot is going to help us a lot for making fish stew, which is just the normal stew. I'm just going to call it fish stew. And we're also going to be making a few shelves. Now, I'm not going to do anything with the shelves just yet, but I have decided that I would like to have the kitchen. I would like to have the kitchen right over here. So I am going to be placing down the crock pot right here. And then I'm actually going to go right over here, build a freezer, and I'm going to be placing the freezer down right next to the crock pot. So let me actually place it. I want to place it at a good angle because everything's it's a store. All right. And now that we have our freezer placed down, I have to put the stuff in there because it is bothering me so much just having it all laying in a pile right here. So I'm going to grab as much fish as I possibly can. Oh my gosh, I have so much fish. I have like probably over 2 sacks of fish. And I'm going to be placing my fish down in here. Girl, what? You don't go in the freezer? Okay, no, I'm not gonna have my fish glitching out. So I'm gonna place all my fish right here. God, it just looks even worse, man. Why doesn't the fish go in here? It's fine, it's fine. I'm gonna transfer all the fish over, but not right now. I'm actually gonna be eating some of my stock really quickly. And I'm gonna go fishing again. So I will see you guys soon. Oh, the timer is running out quickly, isn't it? Okay, I now officially have the hammer, and I have now opened up the entrance to our fishing market. So what I'm going to do now is I'm actually going to go through my decor, because I bought a lot of it, and I'm actually going to start grabbing stuff that I want to place down. Now, I believe that what I want to place down first is my wooden fences and my colorful fairy lights. So obviously the colorful fairy lights are going to be going at the entrance. Let me just line them up perfectly because we cannot have them being all weird. There we go, the colorful fairy lights. And then what I'm going to be doing is putting down the wooden fences on the outsides of it. So I'm going to try to line this up pretty well with that. And then I'm going to do this for the entrance. And what I'm going to do is put this on this side. Got to make sure it's lined up well enough. This one on this side. Now, I know it's a little bit upward compared to this one, but it is very difficult because the ground decides to go upwards here. Don't know why. Boom. All right, perfect. It looks like we have our fences at the entrance with the colorful fairy light. Now, the next thing I'm actually going to do is I'm going to move my torches just a wee bit. And I'm just going to fit them right in between the fence and the fairy lights. All right, we now have our torches there at the entrance. So this is going to be the entrance to our fishing store. Now, once you go into the fishing store, obviously you're going to be met with some shelves. So that's what I'm going to start building now is a bunch of shelves. I believe I threw down 2 of the shelves that I did make. So let me find those really quickly. All right, I have now built 4 shelf blueprints. Now, checkout is usually at the front. So I'm going to leave this area open for checkout. But over here is where the shelves are actually going to start. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to line up like this. I'm going to make sure it's as straight as possible. 1 set of shelves, another set of shelves, and they go in aisles. Inside of stores, shelves usually go in aisles. So I'm going to try to line this up with this shelf like that. And then let's get 1 more shelf going here. There. Now we have 1 aisle done for our fishing market. Now, this aisle is actually going to be the cooked fish because the cooked fish obviously can go on shelves because it's cooked. So I'm gonna have to go all the way over here, grab a few mackerel. The only thing I'm gonna be cooking is mackerel right now because I do need to go on a little fishing adventure and start fishing up more fish. So I'm gonna go right here. I'm gonna cook all my mackerel and then I'm gonna go over to the shelves and I'm going to be putting the mackerel on this shelf. Perfect. It looks like we now have mackerel on that shelf. The next shelf I'm actually going to be making is a stew shelf because again, you can cook, stew is cooked so it doesn't have to be refrigerated. But before I do that, I actually must go on a fishing journey right now because we're behind. We don't have much stuff here. Okay, I'm headed back to my base and it is currently nighttime. Ooh, there's a shoe. I didn't even realize you could get a shoe. But these are all the fish that we have collected. I'm gonna leave. I'm just gonna leave. We've collected a lot, but we're still missing 3 and I have to get it from a specific pond, which is is really hard to do. But now that it is nighttime, oh no! What happened here? No, that's really bad. That is really bad. That's my only, I don't even know what fish that is, but that's my only one. If I pick it up with the hammer, will it give me my fish back? It won't. Okay, awesome. Just super cool. I'm gonna move this back here so my fish don't get caught in it. It looks like I just lost one of the only fish that I had. Can't remember what it was. I believe it was the eel. So I'm gonna have to fish up another eel, but that is a-okay because I actually like doing the fishing quest. But right now, the next thing we're gonna be working on is actually making some stew. Now, we can't just make stew. We don't have anything to make the stew yet. We're going to make stew via the farm plots. So I'm actually going to make 2 of these farm plots. I'm going to put them down in our kitchen area because obviously this area is going to be in the very back of the store. Nobody's going to be going back here. It's employees only. And I'm going to be placing down 2 of the farm plots. All right, so those are going to grow up some carrots. What I'm going to do is actually get some more fish today. Hopefully I'm able to do so. And the furniture guy is here. So I'm going to go buy from him really quickly, and then it is time to start working on more fish progress. Okay, guys, it is now time to make some fish stew. Now, just a reminder, it is just normal stew. I'm just making it with fish, but for the fish shop, it's fish stew. So I'm gonna make a few of these, and I'm actually gonna put them on the shelf by the mackerel because it's going to be specifically mackerel stew. And then after that, we are going to start cooking up some salmon, which I can actually do right now. And we're going to put the cooked up salmon on the shelves. There we go. The salmon is now cooked. I'm actually going to be putting the cooked salmon right next to the cooked mackerel. So on these shelves, there we go. Cooked salmon. So far, so good in regards to the store. And it looks like I found my eel, so I believe there's another fish that I'm missing. I don't know what fish it is, but I'm missing another fish. But I'm going to continue to make some mackerel stew, and then I'm actually going to fight off these cultists because they were not invited to my store. We have not done the grand opening just yet. Okay, I've collected a bunch more fish and also made a few stews, but the next thing I'm actually going to be doing is placing down 2 more shelves really quickly. One right here and one right there. We now have an aisle going down this way, and the next thing I'm actually going to be making is the checkout. So the checkout I'm actually going to be making out of wooden nightstands. I feel like the wooden nightstands look pretty good in regards to being the checkout. So I just have to make sure it is lined up pretty straight like this, and then I'm gonna grab this other one and put it right here. Perfect. And this is going to be the checkout. Now obviously we're gonna need to put a chair behind the checkout so the checkout person does not have to keep standing the entire time. So I'm gonna go over here and grab one of my chairs right here. I'm just gonna do a normal wooden chair, and I'm gonna line it up right here with the checkout. Make sure that looks good. Needs to go in some more. Boom. All right, so the checkout person could sit here and start checking people out. Now it looks like I need to eat because I'm starving to death. I hate having to eat the stock, but there's nothing I can do. Then I'm gonna grab a few more fish. I'm gonna fill that up to make some soup. And now what I'm actually going to do is, since I have an influx of swordfish, I'm gonna start stocking up swordfish. So I'm gonna cook about 10 swordfish, and then I'm gonna go over here to the shelves, and I'm going to put the swordfish on these shelves. There we go. And then what I'm actually going to be doing on the other side to restock the fish shop is I'm going to be putting the raw fish on the other side. Now the reason I'm putting the raw fish on the other side is because I realized that you can't fit the fish in a freezer. It just goes straight through, so it wouldn't make much sense to try and fit them in there. So what I'm doing is putting the raw fish on the opposite side. So if you want cooked mackerel, you can go on this side, and if you want raw mackerel, you can go on that side. Then I'm gonna do the same with the other fish. After I fully stock the fish, then I need to stock bait. So I'm gonna be collecting meat as bait for the fishing rod. I know the fishing rods don't use bait in here, but I feel like that's extremely good for the fishing store. Okay, now that I have everything organized, as you can see by the rows right here, it looks absolutely amazing. We are now gonna work on the water area. So like I said, I do want a water area in the store. However, I don't want somebody falling in the water and then making me liable. So what I'm going to do is put these mossy fences around the edge of the water. I just have to line it up perfectly so it doesn't interfere with the store too much. Gotta make sure that's straight. Boom. Then I'm gonna grab my next mossy fence really quickly. There we go. I'm gonna grab my next mossy fence. I don't want them to be too close together, but I also don't want them to be too far apart. There we go. And I'm gonna grab my final mossy fence and put it all the way over on this side. There we go. All All right, so now the mossy fence is blocking off the water, but you may notice this hole right here. That hole will be filled with something that's fancy and beautiful. You know what? Maybe even a little torch action. Why not? We could have the torch blocking off the little area so nobody can jump through. So I'll put it right here in the middle, so you really have to squeeze through if you want to go in the water. Or I guess if you're me, then... Oh, I beat 99 days! I love it! This is great. Yes, I have been on here for 2.5 hours trying to build this fish base. Like, I'm taking this seriously. This is going to be the best fish market on the market. It's going to be looking absolutely beautiful. But that is besides the point. Now that we have covered up the fish area, I actually wanted to make it a little area where you could look at the exotic fish in the water. So what I'm actually going to be doing now is I'm going to be grabbing some chairs to go over there. So we'll do a purple beanbag chair. We'll do a red beanbag chair. And we will also do the sundial. Last time I used the sundial as a table and it looked honestly so sick. So I'm going to try to do that again. I'm going to grab my red beanbag chair and oh, this area is perfect. It kind of is a bit above it, but it's not too high above it. Okay, red beanbag chair right here. Let's grab the purple one. We're gonna put the purple one right here. I believe that's lined up with it. Okay. Oh, but it's off. Hold on. Okay, I fixed them. I made them even, and it is now time to put the sundial in the middle. I want to make sure it's lined up perfectly. I'm gonna look at it in third person. And there we go. The sundial as the table. This is where you can watch the fish if you don't want to go grocery shopping. If you're a kid, you want to go to the play area, this is the play area right here. It's looking absolutely magnificent. But we must get to the rest of the store. Now, the next thing I'm actually going to be doing is blocking off the checkout so that people that aren't working here cannot get behind the checkout, because that's got to be illegal. It's got to be illegal. You can't do that. So I'm going to do it with these traylesses that I ended up getting from the furniture trader. I'll use that one right there. Oh, wow. I actually lined that one up pretty good. All right. Another one right there. And I don't want to block off to where you can go over to the grocery area. So I think I'm going to put the last one... Oh, I'm going to squeeze it in right here. All right. And now we have all those down behind the checkout area, but it is time for me to fight. So give me one moment. Alrighty. Now that we have these shelves stocked up, the next thing I'm actually going to be doing is actually something I'm very excited to do. I'm going to grab one of my wooden tables. I'm going to grab the round wooden table, and I'm actually going to be placing it right here in the middle. And you're probably wondering why on earth I'm placing a round table in a fish market. And let me just show you. Let me just show you why. Okay, here we go. So there's gonna be a little bit of a bakery section. There's gonna be a bakery section, and we're gonna put all this cake right here. So if you want some fish and then maybe some dessert, it'll be right here on the table. So I just have to get all this on the table, which is gonna take me a while, but I'm going to do that, and then I'm gonna show you guys when it looks... Oh, I just dropped that off. Don't tell anyone that the cake fell on the floor, because I don't think anyone's gonna want it if they know that. So please do not ruin my business. Okay, the bakery section is now done. We currently have cake on the table if anybody wants any. We have our fish stocked, but that is not all. No, that is not all. One, we have to make this entrance a little bit more pizzazzed. So what I'm actually going to do, just like grocery stores, is I'm going to make a scanner so it looks like you're having to go through a scanner when you walk in. Let me just grab my stuff for that. So I am going to use this other set of colorful fairy lights as the scanner when you walk in, so you cannot be stealing from the fish market. Let me make sure that is lined up. It is not, and now it is. So now you have to go through. If you're stealing anything, it's gonna go off, and oh, dude, it's just looking great. We currently only have one checkout because unfortunately I could not get any more nightstands. I'm still waiting on them, but that is besides the point. It's time for us to actually make some more shelves because we need to add more stuff to these. So I'm gonna place these down really quickly, and then I'll show you what our next stock is. All right, guys. I now have an inventory filled with stew. Now, what I'm actually going to do is I'm just going to put the stew on the shelves right here. However, it's not going to stay because this is where another set of fish is going to be. But I do want you to see what the vision is. I'm really hoping I can get these to fit on all the shelves. Oh my gosh, wait. If I just... Oh, perf. It's just sticking it on the shelves when I drag it over. Well, that is just great. I want to give you guys a little bit of an idea of what my plans are for the stew. Now, this is fish stew. I made it with fish, but unfortunately, it doesn't say fish stew. So we're going to be having fish stew on the shelves, just in case anybody wants a little bit of a heartier dinner. If you don't know what heartier means, it means like meatier, more filling. So what I'm going to do is put the stew on the shelves. I love it. Okay, and then the next thing we actually need to put on the shelves is our char. We need to put our char on the shelves. Now, I don't have much because I do need to go back to the snow and fish up more char. What I'm going to do with this char actually is I'm going to cook it. And the reason I'm going to cook it is because since I put the stew on that shelf, I do not want to put my uncooked char on the cooked side. So I'm going to put it down here. Bada bing, bada boom. Cooked char. Now, we do need to make more shelves, but I do not want to get too ahead of ourselves. We still have a ton of decorations that we have to use. So let me think about what I'm going to do with them first before I do it. Okay, guys, we are now back inside of the winter area, and you're probably wondering why on earth we are here. Well, I'm going to show you. We're here to get bait for the fish. Oh, don't chase me, don't chase me. Okay, we're here to get bait for the fish, and I mean all of this meat right here. But we have a lot of that normal meat at our base. We don't have any ribs. We need bait for the fish. We need bait for the fish. Oh gosh, I realize this takes 6 shots. Oh my gosh, perfect. All right, so we're now going to grab the ribs and the mammoth tusk because I believe I can build something with that. And we're going to grab as much stuff as we possibly can from the animals in the snow. This bait is going to be perfect for our fishing rods. So I'm going to get everything that I can, and then we're going to go back and make our bait table. Okay, we are now back at base. And as you know, bait has to be refrigerated. So what I'm actually going to do is move this freezer all the way over to the aisles, but I'm not going to put it in the aisles because the aisles are specifically for everything else. What I'm actually going to do is go in first person here, and I'm going to move the refrigerator at the end of the aisles. It's kind of like the freezer section, except you can only make one freezer. Then what we're going to do is we're actually going to grab all of our bait. Here we go. I'm gonna grab the ribs, the morsel, the steak, grab a bunch of random stuff, and we're gonna go over here and we're going to put it in the freezer. This is where the fish bait is going to be. Boom. Here's the fish bait. I wish the ribs would stack up, but unfortunately they don't. But that's okay. They don't take up too much room anyways, so I'm not too worried about it. This is where our fish bait's going to be, and it leaves enough room for me to add a few more aisles so I can add a few more fish. And just in case you haven't seen it, because I actually surprisingly haven't done it yet, I'm able to actually build Crafting Workbench 5. So let's see what it allows us to make. It looks like we have a respawn capsule. Next player to die. Doesn't matter. I'm playing alone. A temporal accelerometer. Skips the next night completely after charging. And a weather machine. Okay. Honestly, the stuff is pretty cool. I wouldn't use it because it kind of defeats the purpose of the game. But what I'm going to keep doing is I'm going to keep filling up the bait as much as I possibly can because we do want to sell a lot of bait for all the fishers that come in here. And then the next thing I'm going to be doing is building a few more shelves because I need to add more fish to those shelves. Okay, now the next thing we're actually going to add in the store is going to be right next to the bakery section, and it's actually going to be the pelt section. Now, if you're going ice fishing, obviously you're going to need something to stay warm. So what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to put all our pelts right here. There we go. And if you would like to buy a pelt, you can now buy it from this table here in our fishing shop. All right, I have now gotten us more employees for our fish market, but the final thing I actually want to do is add a little eating area. So I got a few of these wooden tables, and I'm going to put them right over here. So if you order your fish and you want to eat it right away because you're starving, you should be able to. And now what I'm going to do is line up these chairs, hopefully pretty well. And then I'm going to do a blue camping chair right next to the green. And then I'm going to go to the other side, and I'm going to put a log bench. I feel like adding one of those 2-seaters on the other side is going to make it look really good, as long as I can line it up right. There we go. We now have the log bench on one side and the 2 seats on this side. Now, I do believe I have another table, so I'm going to put that up really quickly. Now it's time to set up the other area where people can eat. I'm actually going to put it right next to this table, but I'm going to move it back right here. Then we're going to place our chairs down. And there we go. We have 2 areas to eat at if you'd like. We have our fish market unit. As you can see, if you go down the aisles, there is raw fish and cooked fish, whichever to your liking, and our shark. I cannot believe we pulled a shark. That is literally so goated. You have the option to buy some fish bait right here or some soups if you want something else. You could also buy some pelts to keep yourself warm, some cake in our bakery section. You could come over here to check out in the checkout area, but don't steal. This will go off. This will go off. It will start beeping if you're stealing. And we have 2 random basketballs just in case somebody's feeling like a baller. Then if we go over to this area, we have our kitchen area. So this is where our employees, all the kids will be working. They'll be working in the kitchen area, making sure all the fish is fresh. And then we have the chill area. This is the chill area. You could go fishing. Let me see if the rod reaches. You can go fishing over here. Oh, it reaches. Okay. If you want to catch some fish, you can catch some fish in the chill area. And then just don't go outside the wall. walls because that's where I put all of my my extra stuff. We don't have a storage room because we lack materials to make the storage. But if you guys like this fish market and want me to make more obscure buildings in 99 Nights in the Forest, then don't forget to like and subscribe and leave a comment down below. I really hope you all enjoyed this video, and I hope to see you in the next one. Bye!